I had to take a little break. Shay had teething going on. We had moving going on. We did a little bit of traveling. So, yes, I had to take a little break. But we're back. And I'm so excited to introduce to you guys this new series that I'm going to start on my YouTube channel called She Did It with a Baby. Yes, so I will be highlighting moms who have accomplished their goals in their dream careers, and they did it all while either being pregnant or taking care of a baby. My goal is that people will see these videos and these interviews and be inspired and motivated to follow their dreams, no matter if they had a baby or if they're pregnant. Because sometimes in society we look at women and we label them as, okay, well, she had a baby, so now basically her life is over. Basically now she just has to take care of that child, and that's going to be it. So anything that she wanted to accomplish she's not going to be able to accomplish it now. But I am proving that fact wrong, and I'm so excited to be able to share my first interview, which was with Kimberley Leonard, who is now a personal injury attorney. She passed the bar while taking care of a baby. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into that, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so we are recording.
Okay.
I'm so excited to have you with me. Well, to have you here with me virtually. With this whole pandemic and COVID-19 and everything. So I'm going to have you introduce yourself and basically what your job title is right now.
Hey everyone. My name is Kimberley Leonard. I am a personal injury attorney and a mom of two beautiful boys.
Yes. How old are they?
So Kingsley is 4 and Cairo just turned 1 on the 18th of August.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
So did you have like a big party and everything for him?
So we had a small get together, and I'm one of those moms where I'm like over the top. So I felt bad about not doing anything. So we just had a small little outside party so we can do the social distancing, and then had a little cake. And the theme was like Mr. Wonderful, but that was all we were able to do.
I love that theme, Mr. Wonderful. That's so cute.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so tell me, when did you start your journey of becoming an attorney?
Oh, it's a long journey. Y'all ready?
Yes, we here for it.
I graduated Cookman 2011. I went to law school. I took a year to study for the LSAT. So then I went to law school 2012 to 2015. Mm-hmm. And then so as soon as I graduated, so funny, I was pregnant with Kingsley. Mm-hmm. And then so during that time, I was taking the bar. And then, unfortunately, I didn't pass. I took it twice. But the time that I was pregnant with Kingsley, it was so bad. Like, morning sickness was insane.
Yeah.
So anyways, the type of mom that I wanted to be, I was like, you know what? It's going to be hard trying to study for the bar and be a parent to Kingsley. So I gave myself a little break. And then as I was ready to gear up, I started working again as a real estate attorney with Fidelity. And then I was like, all right, I'm ready to do this. It's do or die right now. So I took the bar pregnant with Cairo, and then I passed it. So I've been an attorney for 2 years now.
Wow.
Yep.
So the first time around you were pregnant and then you didn't pass it.
And I was pregnant again with Cairo and I passed it.
And you passed it. Wow. So what do you think was the difference? Because during that time, you had to not only care for a baby, but you were also carrying a baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think the second time around, I think it was my mindset.
Okay.
So I said to myself, if I didn't pass the bar this time, then I'm never going to become an attorney. So it was like, kind of like, as soon as I switched my mindset, I was kind of like, I have to do this, because if not, I'm never going to be able to do it. That's exactly what I told myself.
So it was like now or nothing.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now or bust, as the kids would say.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. And that helped you to kind of like stay focused and like push harder for it?
Exactly. So
Okay.
I always tell my friends or people who ask me how I did it. It was like it was all my mindset. And people think it's just like easy or complicated in a sense to be like, okay, well, if I just change my mind, nothing will happen. But I'm telling you, I feel like it all started from there. For
Yeah.
me, at least, it did.
Right. So with when it came to like studying, like how did you handle that? Like being pregnant and having your baby?
Right. So, number one, I had to do time management really, really good because first, Kingsley was going to daycare at that time. So, I would have to wake up, get Kingsley ready to go to school, then get myself to work on time by like 8:30,
Hmm.
and then I'll work from 8 to like 5. And then as soon as I get home, it's like maybe 30 or 40 minutes of mommy time.
Hmm.
And then I'm like, all right, Chris, I need your help. And that was a huge thing too. Like Chris had to step it up.
Yeah. And Chris is your husband,
So
for those
yes.
who don't know.
Yeah, I forgot to say I'm married to him.
Yes.
But yeah, so Chris is my husband. He took over the bath time, the bedtime routine, which was usually my thing. And then after that, I was studying up until maybe like 1 a.m. in the morning. Like I literally will sometimes fall asleep with the books in the bed and
Yeah.
then wake up and do it all over again.
Wow. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. So did you feel like during that time where you had to like kind of pass the bar to your husband, did you feel any mommy guilt or like how did you handle that?
Oh my gosh, tons of mommy guilt. I still deal with mommy guilt now because my job is demanding, but at that time, it was more fresh and more sensitive, especially being pregnant with the hormones. I was
Yes.
like, I'm such a bad mom. Like, I miss Kingsley, and Kingsley missed me too. Like, he'll cry and be like, Mama, and Chris would tell me that he would be asking for me.
Yeah.
But I had to, for that short period of time, make a sacrifice
Hmm.
for the short term for it to be to give him a better life or just having my dream, come true later on.
Right.
Yeah, it was only, I think, about 3 or 4 months. It was like that. And it
Okay.
was a huge adjustment for Kingsley for sure. He's a mama's boy.
Oh.
Cairo is a daddy's boy, but Kingsley is a mama's boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did you have to no, I guess my question is, has being an attorney always been like your dream career or your dream job?
Yes,
Yeah.
it has been. Yep, since a
Okay.
little girl. And I think that was also a big, huge motivation
Yeah.
for
So how
me. It's
does
just
it
like,
feel? Oh, I'm sorry.
so, no, 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 go ahead.
I'm just so like intrigued. But how does it feel to like actually finally like be in the dream job, like the job of your dreams?
It feels surreal and amazing. And when I found out, well, first of all, when the bar results came out,
Uh-huh.
I felt like I passed when I took it, but you never know until you get those results. So Chris literally pulled over. He took off work that day,
Oh,
and I took off work that day. And so we were trying to pull it up, and it was like technical difficulties. And I was like, come on. As soon as the results came up, I cried for like an
oh,
hour. And Chris was just like holding me, and he was just like, you did it, babe. You did it. I'm so proud of you. And all I could say was that it was God. It was
yeah,
God. It was God. It was God.
yeah.
And even though I'm still finding my way through the work balance of
Mhm.
being home or being a mom and taking care of home and being a full-time employee. It's
Mhm.
just, but it's all worth it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, girl. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you don't brag on yourself. I'm like, yes, I'm so
No,
proud of
you
myself.
need to brag on yourself for that, okay?
So
That
yeah.
is so awesome. So do you feel like, I guess, what would you tell your children like about this experience when they get older?
And it's so funny you ask that because Chris and I talk about it all the time. I was just like, one of the second reasons as well for me to keep going, even though I didn't pass the bar 3 times.
Yeah.
And so why I didn't give up was the fact that I want my kids to look at me and be like, okay, whatever I want to do, I put my mind to it and it can get done. And I just wanted to set an example for them. And
Yeah.
so that's why. And then I was just like, you know what? Both of you guys was pregnant with mommy, and I did it because of you guys, you know? So I
Yeah.
feel like that's special story that both my sons, I was pregnant with them while I was at the bar, which was so hilarious.
Right. Oh my gosh. So they really went on this journey with you.
Exactly.
That's
Yep.
awesome. That's
I
awesome.
even have a little onesie that said I took the bar with mommy.
Really? That is so cute.
So they'll have that as memories too.
Yeah, that's so
Yep.
cute. So what advice would you give? I know we talked about setting like your mindset. What advice would you give to a mom who have their kids or who's pregnant, but they still want to accomplish those goals for themselves? What advice would you give them?
Honestly, I would say you have to take it day by day.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the overall picture, I feel like you can easily get overwhelmed because you're thinking in your mind, there's no way that I can do all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So what I had to do was get in my mind, like, okay, every day I'm going to do a to-do list or something that'll help me get closer to my goal. And for me, of course, it's like, okay, I'm reading 50 pages of a torts outline, and doing 10 multiple choice questions. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about next week or the next day. I'm just doing this today. And then when tomorrow comes, I break it down in like little sections, because if you keep doing, in increments, you're able to overall, accomplish it. Or that's how I thought about it. So yes, and always stay prayed up.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is what it seems like, because you can talk yourself out of things. Mm-hmm. That if you like, imagine if I would have said, you know what, I'm not going to take the bar.
Right.
My dream would have been lost.
Yeah.
Instead of just pushing myself every day to show up and do the best that I can. And that's all I did.
Right.
I just did the best that I could, and God would take care of the rest. So my advice would be just take it day by day, believe in yourself, no matter what it looks like. And girl, my mirror was full of like Post-it. So I had Kimberley, Leonard, Esquire on my mirror. So you have to speak in the positive for whatever it is, become a doctor, become a nurse, whatever it is, or a content creator. You got to speak that positivity into yourself. And that's honestly, and a great support system.
Yes.
That is so important. And people really try to be like, I could do everything all by myself. And it's like, girl, no, you can't. I feel like you can't.
Right.
Even if it's not family, childcare, friends, you're going to need to lean on them in that time for you to get everything you want accomplished.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's those small sacrifices of like not having the time with your kids worth it. It's worth it in the end, because you'll basically like, I'm just thinking, I'm imagining, because I'm kind of in the window of trying to pursue my dream career. So I'm just imagining like those small moments of like being away from my child so I can study, or being away from my child so I can do whatever I need to do to reach my goal is so worth it in the end.
It is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Yeah. And then we're sitting here guilting ourselves when our kids are completely fine.
That's a word. That is a word. I think because we are
stressing and nitpicking, exactly, but they'll be perfectly fine. At that time, Kingsley, oh my gosh, what is your dream career?
I want to be a certified nurse midwife. Yeah, so that is my goal. I know.
We need you.
I know. I'm taking baby steps now to kind of follow that goal. So, but I'm just like, like you said, mommy guilt. I'm like trying to figure out, okay, me being away from him. I haven't been away from my Shay since ever.
I was the same way too with Kingsley. Like, I was never away from him. It wasn't until I had Cairo when I was going into labor, when he was 3 years old, 3.5. Yeah. When I was like, okay, you got to go to your grandparents' house because I'm going into long labor. That was the first time. And
Really?
then with Cairo, it wasn't until he was like 10, 11 months, which Chris surprised me because
Uh-huh.
I would not go for it to spend the night away from him so early. So
Oh,
I definitely get
no.
it. I'm
Yeah.
an attachment mama.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine. So I feel you, but girl, just do it. I'm telling you, they'll be
Yeah.
fine. And
I,
then Dre's such a good daddy.
yeah.
Girl, you hit a jackpot. You are fine.
And then with us being here in Tuscaloosa, away from away from his mom, away from our family and stuff like that, I was like, well, I don't have anybody else to lean on, but we're starting to build a village. So I'm like really
Yes.
excited about that. I told Dre, I was like, I think we need to leave our shade, with one of the ladies that we trust now, just to have a date night, for a couple hours. So we're slowly getting there. Slowly
Yes.
getting there.
I can't even be like, girl, you making no, because I was there too, or I am
Yes.
there. But yeah, it
Yeah,
takes time.
yeah, definitely. So I'm learning that too, to give myself grace, to give myself time, to adjust to everything and to know that it's okay. Like you said, when we leave, they are perfectly fine.
They act
So
completely different, girl.
So I think
Completely
I need to
different.
change, because you have that vision when you leave, like he's just gonna be screaming at the top of his lungs and looking for mommy, and mommy's nowhere to be found, and that just like the thought of him like having a breakdown like that just hurts my heart.
It
So
does. Yep.
yeah, but yeah, so I am appreciative of you sharing your story. Is there
Are
anything
you?
else you would like to add or share?
Oh my goodness. No, but I just want to say thank you for even having the idea to do this segment. I don't know if you're doing it with other women too, but
Yeah,
this is so important for us as not only women, but Black women to know that we can have our cake and eat it too. We
yeah,
can have our family, have our careers to do what it is that we want to do. And we're always being boxed in and how things should go. And I just want us to just be confident and just do what we want to do,
yeah,
That
yeah.
Black girl magic.
Black girl magic, exactly. And I also was thinking, like, when it comes to this, I feel like when you feel fulfilled as an individual, separate from being a mom, I think it definitely will play into a part of you being a better mom.
So true.
Yeah, because I think about like my mom. My mom, her dream job was to be a funeral home director. She talked about it all the time. She wanted to own her own funeral home and things of that sort, but she felt like she just always had to take care of us and stuff like that. So so I was just like, man, I don't want that to be like my story. Like, man, I wish I could have, but now I feel like it's too late. So, but I also want to make sure that other moms feel the same way, that it's not too late. You had your baby, good. Keep moving, keep going forward. So thank
I'm
you for
telling you.
encouraging us. Yes.
Yes. And thank you for doing it, because every time a woman tells her story, I instantly think like, oh my God, I can do that. And I'm telling you, I follow moms on Instagram all the time and they're doing it. They're like, you can do it. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And it motivates you subconsciously to keep getting that good energy.
Yes.
And the same story with my mom too, is just like, geez, I feel like I was kind of a burden to her because
Exactly.
she didn't do what she wanted to do. And then now that she's older, it's kind of like, oh, I wish I would have done that. And like you said, we definitely don't want that to be our story,
Exactly.
because in the end, our children will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us. We're doing just
That's why I
fine.
said just fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Okay. Do you know of a mom who has accomplished her dreams all while taking care of a baby or being pregnant? Please have them email me so that we can share her story and inspire other women to follow their goals even after having a baby or being pregnant. My email address is naimaslove@gmail.com. I'll have it linked right here below.